Students, in my last two videos, we have discussed sp3 hybridization and sp2 hybridization. Today I am going to discuss the next types of hybridization, sp3d and sp3d2 hybridization. Yes, first sp hybridization. What is meant by sp hybridization, or how the sp hybrid orbitals are formed? Yes, the sp hybrid orbitals are formed by the intermixing of one s orbital and one p orbital. Okay, when one s orbital and one p orbital undergo hybridization, here forms two sp hybrid orbitals having equivalent energy. Then these two sp hybrid orbitals, okay, attains linear shape, making a bond angle of making angle of 180 degree. Yes. Okay. Then the intermixing of one s orbital and one p orbital to form two hybrid orbitals of equivalent energy is called sp hybridization. The hybrid orbitals formed are directed along a line with an angle of 180 degree. Yes. Okay. Yes. Next, let us study the formation of beryllium chloride BeCl2 molecule on the basis of sp hybridization. In BeCl2, the central atom is beryllium. Beryllium, its atomic number is 4 and its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2. In ground state, the three p orbitals 2px, 2py and 2pz are empty. Yes, this is the electronic configuration of beryllium in ground state. Yes, in ground state, beryllium has no half-filled atomic orbital. Hence, here its covalency is 0. Yes. But in BeCl2, beryllium forms two bonds with chlorine. Beryllium combines with two chlorine atom. Yes. In order to combine the beryllium atom with two chlorine atom, two half-filled atomic orbitals are required, but here the number of half-filled orbital is 0. Yes, then to attain bivalency, in excited state, one of the electron from the completely filled 2s get promoted to the vacant 2px. Then this 2s becomes half filled. Okay, 2px also becomes half filled. Then this half filled 2s orbital intermix with the half filled 2px orbital forms sp hybridization. Okay, then these two sp hybrid orbital of beryllium directed along a line, and these two half-filled sp hybrid orbital of beryllium overlaps with the half-filled psh orbital of chlorine, half-filled psh orbital of chlorine axially, and here forms two BeCl sigma bond. 2 BeCl sigma bond. Yes. Then due to sp hybridization, BeCl2, yes, adopts a linear shape. It acquires linear shape with bond angle 180 degree. Yes. Then we can say that in BeCl2, the central beryllium atom is sp hybridized. Central beryllium atom is sp hybridized. Yes. Next, we can study the formation of ethyl molecule on the basis of sp hybridization. In ethyl, we know the two carbon atoms are bonded by triple bond. Yes, we know a triple bond consists of one sigma bond and two pi bond. Okay, then each carbon atom is attached with hydrogen by single bond. Here, carbon, hydrogen, sigma bonds are there. That means ethane has two carbon hydrogen sigma bond and one carbon sigma bond. That means the total number of sigma bonds in ethyl is 3, and number of pi bonds, yes, carbon triple bond has 2 pi bonds. Okay, then how these 3 sigma bonds are formed in ethane and how these 2 pi bonds are formed, yes, between two carbon atoms in ethane. Yes. We can study this formation of sigma bond and pi bond, or the formation of ethane molecule on the basis of sp hybridization. Please listen. In ethyl, each carbon atom is sp hybridized. Okay, each carbon atom is sp hybridized. How these sp hybrid orbitals are formed? By the intermixing of one half filled 2s and one half filled 2px. Yes. Okay, then two sp hybrid orbitals are formed by the intermixing of one half filled 2s and one 2px orbital, and here the 2py and 2pz, these two atomic orbitals, okay, are not involved in the process of hybridization. Hence these two p orbitals, 2py and 2pz orbitals, are termed as unhybridized orbitals. Yes. The two sp hybrid orbital of each carbon atom in carbon. Yes. Okay, then each carbon atom has two unhybridized p orbitals. Yes. This may be 2py orbital, then 2pz, 2pz orbitals. Okay. Then here, the carbon-carbon sigma bond, one carbon-carbon sigma bond is formed by the axial overlapping of the sp hybrid orbital of each carbon atom. The sp hybrid orbital of one carbon atom overlap axially with the sp hybrid orbital of the second carbon atom, and here forms carbon-carbon sigma bond. Then the remaining two sp hybrid orbital of each carbon atom overlaps axially with 1s orbital of hydrogen, forms carbon-hydrogen sigma bonds. Then the unhybridized 2p orbital of first carbon atom overlap sidewise with the unhybridized 2p orbital of second carbon atom, forms one carbon-carbon pi bond. Then the unhybridized 2p-z orbital of first carbon atom with the unhybridized 2p-z orbital of the second carbon atom forms next carbon-carbon pi bond. Then unhybridized 2p-z orbital of first carbon atom overlap sidewise with the unhybridized 2py orbital of the second carbon atom, forms the next carbon-carbon pi bond. Okay, then here please listen. Carbon-carbon sigma bond is formed by the overlapping of one sp hybrid orbital of one carbon atom with sp hybrid orbital of other carbon atom. Then the two carbon-carbon pi bonds, are formed by the sidewise overlapping of unhybridized 2p orbitals of two carbon atoms. The first carbon-carbon pi bond is formed by the sidewise overlapping of 2p orbital of each carbon atom, and the second pi bond is formed by the sidewise overlapping of 2p-z orbitals of each carbon atom. Then the carbon-hydrogen sigma bond is formed by the overlapping of the remaining one sp hybrid orbital of each carbon atom with 1s orbital of hydrogen. Then we can say that the total number of sigma bonds present in ethyl is 1, 2, 3, and total number of pi bonds present in ethane is 2. Okay. Next important point. If the bond between the two carbon atoms is single bond, that the carbon atom is sp3 hybridized. The hybridization of single bonded carbon sp3, then double bonded carbon. The hybridization of double bonded carbon is sp2, and the hybridization of triple bonded carbon is sp. Okay. Next I am going to explain sp3 hybridization on the basis of the formation of PCl5 molecule. Okay. Already we have learned the shape of PCl5 molecule is trigonal bipyramidal. Okay. In PCl5, the central atom is phosphorus. Its atomic number is 15 and its ground state electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p3. Means what? 3px1, 3py1, 3pz1. Okay. But the number of half-filled atomic orbitals, ground state is only 3. Hence, the ground state configuration indicates the covalency of phosphorus is only 3. Phosphorus is trivalent. But, yes, in order to form the 5 bonds with the 5 chlorine atom, or for the combination with the 5 chlorine atom, the valency of phosphorus must be 5. Then, how the phosphorus will attain the pentavalency? Yes, in excited stage, yes, one of the electron from 3s is promoted to the vacant 3d. Then this 3s becomes half-filled. 3s becomes half-filled. Okay. Then the 3d, yes, one 3d orbital also becomes half-filled. Okay. Yes. To attain pentavalency in excited stage, one electron from completely filled 3s is promoted to the vacant 3d. Then in excited stage, the number of half-filled atomic orbitals become 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then this one 3s orbital intermixed with or hybridized with one 3s intermixed with 3p orbitals and 1d orbitals. 1d orbitals to form 5 sp3d hybrid orbitals. Then these 5 sp3d hybrid orbitals directed towards the 5 corners of a trigonal bipyramid. Then each of the 5 sp3d hybrid orbital of phosphorus overlap with half-filled 3p orbital of each chlorine atom, form 5 PCl bonds. 5 PCl bonds. Okay. Then out of 5 PCl bonds, the 3 PCl bonds lie in the same plane of a triangle by making an angle of 120 degree. These 3 PCl bonds lie in the same plane of a triangle are called equatorial bonds, and the remaining 2 PCl bonds lie perpendicular to this plane with an angle of 90 degree. This bond is called axial bond. Okay, students, already we have studied the shape of PCl bonds, then the equatorial bond, and the concept of axial bond on the basis of VSEPR theory. We know the shape of PCl5 is trigonal by pyramidal, and here the central phosphorus atom is sp3d hybridized. Yes, the 5 sp3d hybridized orbitals of phosphorus overlaps with 3p orbitals of 5 chlorine atoms form 5 PCl sigma bonds. These 5 PCl bonds directed towards the 5 corners of a trigonal bipyramid. Hence, the PCl5 acquires trigonal bipyramidal geometry. Next, we will discuss sp3d2 hybridization on the basis of formation of sulfur hexafluoride SF6 molecule. Okay, in SF6 we know the central atom is sulfur, its atomic number is 16, its ground state electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, then 3px2, 3py1, 3pz1. Okay, then the ground state electronic configuration indicates the covalency of sulfur is 2. Then, yes, here the sulfur combines with 6 fluorine atoms. Then the valency of sulfur must be 6. Then, in order to attain the valency 6, in the exciter stage, one electron from completely filled 3s and one electron from the completely filled 3s and the one electron from completely filled 3px are promoted to the vacant 3d orbitals. In the excited stage, one electron each from 3s and 3p orbitals are promoted to the vacant 3d orbitals. Then this 3s orbital become half filled, 3px orbital become half filled, then these two 3d orbitals also become half filled. Yes. Then this one 3s. Okay, 3 the one 3s 3p orbitals. Then two 3d orbitals hybridized to form 6 sp3d2 hybrid orbitals. These 6 sp3d2 hybrid orbitals of sulfur are directed towards the 6 corners of an octahedron. Yes. Then these 6 sp3d2 hybrid orbital of sulfur overlaps with half-filled 2p orbital of 6 fluorine atom forms 6 SF bonds. 6 SF bonds, yes, this 6 SF sigma bonds directed towards the 6 corners of an octahedron with an angle 90 degree. Yes. Hence, SF6 adopt octahedral shape with the bond angle 90 degree. Please listen. In SF6, the central sulfur atom is sp3d2 hybridized. The 6 sp3d2 hybridized orbital of sulfur overlap with half-filled 2p orbital of 6 fluorine atoms to form 6 S of bonds, and these 6 S of bonds directed towards the 6 corners of an octahedron, okay, making an angle of, with an angle of 90 degree. In my next video, I will discuss the next important topic from this chapter, that is polarity of bonds. Okay students, goodbye, study well.